Welcome everyone to the testing room where three of the gaming industry's best video game consultants who have never actually consulted on a video game bring you new topics each and every week. As always, I'm Alex and I've been drinking for way long today.
Okay.
I'm Christian, aka Sudoku45.
Preston.
Have not been drinking. I guess I should call that out.
Yeah, no. Preston, aka Funkadelic Jedi. I just got off work. Have not been drinking either.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, so as always, let's kick things off with checking in with Preston's comment corner and see what's going on over there.
Yeah. I got the February releases, but I also got a comment that I forgot to do last week. The second comment from Tori. So.
Oh, I was wondering. I saw bad. This the other.
Like fuck.
So you know what's funny is I noticed this because I was looking through and I was like, man, I can't believe that. I was wondering to myself. I was like, I'm surprised she never responded to this. And then I was looking through the videos the other day. Because I noticed, your way of usually acknowledging a comment like, hey, I've got it, is when you give it a little heart. Mm-hmm. I noticed that one didn't have a heart, and I was like, ooh, I think Preston might have missed this one.
Yeah, if you comment in the testing room videos, once I have seen it, I will not heart it until I say it out loud. But if it's something that I won't say out loud, I'll just go ahead and heart it. So you have been acknowledged once you get the heart.
Did you heart the Destiny dude that went off on Christian?
No, and so the thing is, like, it all says, like, it keeps the ones that I haven't interacted with, like, constantly in, like, the forefront until I change the filters. So I always see that fucking one from the Cyberpunk there every single time.
Like, well, there's the Cyberpunk one that was me, and then there's the one that I took a bunch of bullets for Alex for.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. We have to take a look later, but...
Yeah, which one was that?
Oh, Enslaved. Was that Enslaved?
Enslaved, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I did fart that one.
I still stand on my perch on that one. I don't care.
No, I mean, we're fine.
You Christian did take bullets at me for that.
We said what we had to say. We responded to it. All right. From Tori, from the BJ Wasn't Veggie weekly prologue. You are welcome, and I hope you can use the phrase BJ wasn't veggie or in veggie in your daily lives to add some flair. So glad you liked the Tainted Grail demo, Alex. I would just like you to know there is a spell that you can get in the game to turn your enemies into blocks of cheese. And it's the most odd and entertaining thing I've seen in a video game in a long time. Tori.
That'll be a game we play this year. It'll be a booklet game.
Oh yeah, it's on the list. It's very much on the list.
Yeah.
Alex just wanted his BioShock.
I don't know that I can use in veggie in my everyday life, but in safe spaces like this one, it can get used.
I'll toss it in there when I can. It's fine. Just doesn't pop up very often.
If I'm ever around somebody who is
like,
a vegetable,
so and so, like, oh man, something happened with my dad. He was in an accident, and like he's
like, oh man, they put him in veggie. Yeah, and then he'll be like, all right, I'm hanging up on you, and I'm never speaking to you ever again. You're like, yeah, I get that. That makes sense.
Man, his coworker's been in away status on teams for too long. I'm like, yeah, he must be in veggie. Who knows?
That one's valid. I'll give you that one. You can use that.
Yeah, it's valid all the way up until fucking HR calls you and is like, hey, so quick question.
By the way, they are actually in a medical state.
Yeah, I mean, like, show me in the policy book where saying in veggie is not allowed.
Yeah, they'll usually have like a blanket fucking inappropriate fucking statement thing, and they'll just toss it right under that bad boy.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens. All right, well, that is the comments. Nothing super new from this week, but I did pull together some new releases for February. I've been pulling these from, now, the Fantasy League Critic website, because you can just put down new releases, and it shows you all of the releases. Now, obviously, I'm not pulling all those through, because I have not heard of probably half of them. But the ones that I've heard of, or the ones that I think had cool... Oh, excuse me, burpees. The ones I think that had cool names, we'll pull through. So, February 2026... a couple of these will be out. That's okay. Actually, no. All these haven't been out yet. Well, when this comes out, it'll be out. Either way. At the time of this recording, none of these are out. Dragon Quest VII Reimagined comes out on February 5th on all systems.
Sure.
And PC.
Yeah, reviews have been launching for that one, yeah.
Carmageddon Rogue Shift. Carmageddon is a game name I have not heard in a long time. But that comes out on February 6th on all systems and PC. My Hero Academia, All's Justice, February 6th on everything.
Is that just a fighter? Is that like the One Piece games?
Yeah. Yeah, this is just like
it's a 3D
arena fighter.
It's like a 3D arena one.
Yeah. Okay.
Neo 3 comes out February 6th on PC and PS5. I've been seeing a little bit of some people streaming that. Looks like they got it early.
Is that a new Neo, or is that a remake of an old Neo?
It's a
No, it's a new Neo.
New Neo.
There's only been two
Neo.
Neos. Yeah.
I knew there had been more than one. I just didn't know how many there had been.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. This one I'm interested in. I've heard a lot about it. This is Mugenics. This comes out on February 10th on the PC. It's going to be a nice little indie game. Check that one out if you like cats. And then we got Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties. It's coming out February 11th.
We are finally done. Every Yakuza game has gotten a modern release now. You can just go on Steam and just play the games. There is nothing crazy you have to do anymore.
Their sales are insane too. One of those, like Kiwami 2 or something the other day, was on sale for like $2. Like they do not care.
Yeah, no. You can probably just look those up and probably find the timelines for those if you want to follow it tightly. But yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Or just play what's Like a Dragon 8, or just start from 8. Like a Dragon.
Infinite Wealth.
Don't start from 7.
Infinite Wealth, yeah.
Don't start.
If you're going to start from anywhere, start from 7.
Yeah, start from 7.
Yeah.
All right. Romeo is a Dead Man comes out on February 11th on everything but the Switch. And then, the next day the Switch will get Mario Tennis Fever. That comes out on February 12th. Reanimal comes out on February 13th on everything. Half Knife. Jesus.
Wasn't Reanimal out on PC? Was that what it was, just out on PC?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think it has been out yet, no.
What was that platformer that you played, Christian, that had like it was like almost like dark mode?
Oh,
Animal Well.
Animal Well.
Animal Well, that's what it was. Okay.
Not Half-Life 2, but High on Life 2 comes out February 13th. On everything except for the Switch, which will have a later date.
I shouldn't roll my eyes so hard. I just don't.
It's not my bag. Not my type of
yeah,
humor.
it's I know some people like it, or I know some people really like that writing style too. Sure. It is just.
I've enjoyed it in passing, but I cannot sit there and play a full game with that quippiness coming from my gun the entire time.
That was me. Like I played it and I enjoyed what I played. I never finished it. It's like a not a Jack and Daxter. Shoot, sorry guys, it was a long day for me. The other one that had like the video games in the movie that was like a shooter like that. The PS2 games.
Movie.
Yeah, the little animated character that was in jail as a superhero. This is a terrible explanation. I'm sure somebody knows it instantly. Is like yelling at me. Anyway, it doesn't.
High on Life is like it's
no,
like a.
No, I know what High Life is. I was gonna say it's more. High Life is a more adult version of that. What that game is, like quippy and so on. The shooting, the gunplay was fun. I couldn't.
Hey, people liked it enough. They made a sequel, right? So.
But I don't know that the studio liked it enough to advertise, because there has been like the marketing for 1 versus 2 has been like night and day.
They're probably just like, we're just making this for the people who like the first one. They'll know when it's coming out. Mm-hmm. Next up, this is what I'm curious about. I want to see when it comes out, how much it is and how it reviews, but this might be a fun game for us to play. Super Battle Golf comes out on February 19th on the Steam. We got a Tales game coming out. Tales of Berseria remastered.
I was gonna say it's a remake, yeah.
That is February 27th on everything. And then Christian gets a big one, and we will love to watch this. That is Resident Evil Requiem comes out on February 27th on everything, even including Switch, apparently. So that is the games that are coming out in February. I'll usually ask if you guys are looking forward to any of those. I'm assuming, obviously, Resident Evil's there, but any of those grab you? Maybe some Eugenics?
Big from Eugenics, yeah. I think, honestly, man, Ed McMillan, I just want to give a massive shout out to him anyway, but he's the only person that came from that Video Game the Movie documentary. Do you guys ever remember that one? Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's the only one who did not turn into a massive piece of shit after that documentary airing, and all of his games, Super Meat Boy, Binding of Isaac, all those games are great. Yeah, having a roguelike with cats that you're going out and doing stuff that'll be
It sounds funny.
such a fun game to mess around with. And then obviously Resident Evil 9 is it's gonna be what it is.
Eugenics, I don't know, will be for me. None of those other games were for me. Now, I did enjoy watching Binding of Isaac. I've watched like all of those games in Let's Play and stuff, but they were not.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't gonna play them.
They're all very different. Like they all
Probably
play very differently. So.
Yeah. Also, what I was thinking of, it's so stupid, but Ratchet and Clank had a movie. Remember, all I could picture was not Ratchet and Clank,
Ratchet
but
and Clank.
the superhero guy. To me, High on Life it has the quippiness of those, but it's just a more vulgar and
It has the weird weapons or whatever. Sure.
That.
Yeah, just not third person.
Oh, sure. I honestly, I felt like those games are more like it's like a Borderlands game, but written by Rick and Morty.
Borderlands cross with Outer Worlds, but written by Rick and Morty people. Yeah,
it's written by Justin Roiland, I think, right? He was the one. He was the one that didn't get canceled.
Yeah, Dan Harmon is the one who was canceled.
No,
right.
I thought Justin Roiland got canceled.
It doesn't
look it up if you'd like.
I don't know.
Dan Harmon. You're gonna make me look it up. I hope Dan Harmon didn't get canceled because I love Community, but now you're gonna make me. Don't Preston.
Let's not pretend that everyone on Community is perfect. Okay, you want to sit here and like defend Chevy Chase?
No, he got thrown off the show because he was a terrible person.
Yes, he was on there for a very long time.
God, no, Dan Harmon. Dan Harmon has not been canceled.
Okay, it was the other one.
Justin Roiland canceled. Justin Roiland was not. Yeah, he was the one that got kicked off the show.
I know.
So we're good. Dan Harmon. We're good. We're good. We can still enjoy Community.
Yes.
No big deal.
Can I tell you, this is going to be, I don't know if it's going to happen, obviously, but this being like, we're good, everything's good, nobody worry. And it's like, they'll take this moment right when he gets milkshake ducked.
It's fine. Everybody disappoints us eventually.
Yeah.
What I've seen.
You'll be upset. You'll be disappointed sooner or later. Trust me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right. On that note.
Cool.
Y'all got some weeks.
I have I don't have much of a week, to be honest. I played a lot of Arc Raiders.
Yeah, we did.
Both with you guys and by myself.
Got mad.
I got a little mad. I honestly, like, playing by myself before I played with you guys was great. Everybody at Solos was incredible. They were so nice. We were helping each other out. Then I played with you guys. We also had some good games. Then I went back, and maybe it was a time thing. Like, later in the evening, later at night, I was playing by myself, and people decided to start being assholes. Not everybody, to be fair. Some people were douchebags, mostly on one map, on Salamantis. I just found on that map, people are assholes. Like, Preston, I don't think I told you this. Maybe I didn't tell Chris either way. It's like, I was on this one Salamantis map, and I'm running around by myself, and some guy shoots me from behind. I turned around, and he was like, "Oh no! I had a challenge to like do damage to people. Like I wasn't trying to kill you." I was like, "You sure about that?" So like I was doing my thing, and I didn't realize, but the clock was running way down. So like I got into a map late, and so I was like, "All right, let's make it back to the evac station." And I hear like shooting going off down there, and I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna wait for this." So I make my way down there, and that guy is pressing the button, like calling and just doing his thing. So clearly he just had a firefight with somebody. So I just lit him up and killed him. And he freaked out. He was like, "You're so gay," which is amazing, I guess. Like, great insult. He's like, "You're the..." I know. He's like, "You're the worst." And I'm just like, dude, you shot me, and then you came down here and I'm like... I don't care if you get mad if, like, you're innocent. I get mad if I'm innocent. But, like, don't play victim after, like, being a D-bag.
Right, yeah.
So I had some fun moments like that. But then any other time I was on Stella Montis, there were 2 or 3 times I ran into groups of people. So either they knew each other previously, or they just decided to group up on that map. But, like, guys ran in the room, and I'm like, "Wait, no, just passed through, like, friendly, no big deal." And the guy's like, "Oh, that's what you say." It just lit me up. I'm like, "Oh, fuck all of you."
Damn.
So I had a couple of bad maps, and then I hopped on easier maps, and I decided to fight fight Matriarch, like the Queen, with a couple of groups. And one time we all died just because there's some interesting mechanics I didn't know existed in those fights. And that killed me, and I was just not prepared. And then the other time we fought it but couldn't kill it, and that was the only good match I had. A bunch of us like evacuated together through somebody's hatch key, and like that was a cool little community moment of like 10 of us getting out. But as a whole, I was just like, man, tonight I've lost so many guns, so many shields, like so many resources. I can't. I can't.
Yeah.
So,
I've lost all
it's
my
so good.
guns. It's just, you gotta go back in and get some blueprints. Maybe.
It's good. Just sometimes mentally you can handle it better than others. And that was not a night
Depends
the
on
other
the
night
day.
where I was like,
Yeah.
nah, I can keep going. So, but I think that's all that I've really played, honestly. Other than the game we're doing on the book club, like other than this retro stuff, I think that's all that I've actually played that's current.
Sure.
Yeah, easy piece of week.
What about you, Christian?
I can go. Yeah. So
hold on. Can I show you guys one thing?
Sure.
Sorry, I know this is. Hold on 1 second. Let me grab it.
unbelievable.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to stop your camera. I can always just edit it out if your booty's showing.
Yeah, you don't know that I'm wearing pants or if I'm not. So
We're down with it.
He's
either
drinking.
way.
He's not wearing pants. It's okay.
So
Party.
I got these two things today. So what I've been buying for all my 64 games, my retro games, is I found this great place on Etsy that for cheap sells boxes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, $9. So I of course I had the box for Ocarina of Time. You guys picked up at a game show, but I bought the box of Majora's Mask recently. But this week I got in my one for Diddy Kong, which comes with
sleeve and everything,
the cart sleeve, and I bought the one for Donkey Kong. Just a fun little easy way
Nice.
to display them. So I just wanted to show that off. I should probably call those people out. I don't have my email beside me. I apologize. But there's a bunch of them on Etsy. But the one I've ordered from, they're great. Literally, like I think the box itself is $7. If you want the sleeve inside, is like an extra $1 or $2, so it makes it $9. Some of them will even, for an extra like $3 or $4, reprint the manual. That's cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
I do not care for some of these, but like for Ocarina of Time and stuff, I got the manual, so there is a couple, and I just think that's very cool. Just a fun
That is
little
very
It's nice
display
to have.
item.
Hey, sometimes it comes out in the clutch. Like we'll talk about my week later on, but like whipping out that manual for episode 1 racers to find out some information that I had to do because the controls aren't in the menu, nothing. I'm like, all right, it's about the fucking manual. Let's find out where the air brake's at.
So yeah, that is officially my week.
Nice.
Yeah, so I 75 hours later have beaten Trails Beyond the Horizon. Yeah, so I dug it. It's weird being caught up on this series now. Like I said, I was telling you guys yesterday, like that's it. There's no more like, oh, this game's already out in Japan, so we just have to wait a year for them to localize it, and then it's gonna ship. So now everything's gonna be day and date from here on out. So I don't know. It could be 2 years. I don't know when the fuck this next one's coming out.
So that hasn't been announced. So even though this one was behind,
This one just
was
came
no-
out too. Yeah.
right? But this one had been out in Japan for a year, right? So even though you're a
Correct.
year in, nobody's
Oh,
announced.
I thought this was the
Interesting.
first one that came day and date. Okay.
Nuh-uh.
Okay.
It's the last one that won't be. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's like, it's on the one hand it's cool because now I won't get anytime I go on the internet now,
No
and if I'm
spoilers.
looking up something for Trails, I don't have to worry about getting spoiled on something.
Nice.
But yeah, it's wild just like waiting because the cliffhanger they leave on is like so insane. It also made me think it's so wild. I can't wait for the second chapter remake to come out because that the first remake was really, really popular. It did really, really well. I think they said the remake for Trails in the Sky has sold more than the original Trails in the Sky. Sure. I think is what I saw. It's gonna be so funny to watch second chapter come out and then everyone's mind get blown as far as like how fucking far down the crazy hole that this game goes as far as its storytelling.
I have a question about
and
the
on top of
series.
that,
Oh, I'm sorry. I had a question about the series, but you can continue on if you want.
no, go ahead.
So, obviously, I do editing for this, so I put up a trailer for that Trails game. There's some pretty cool shit with some giant ass mechs and some crazy space shit going on. How long does it take to you get to that part? Like, how many games in does it get to like the really cool sci-fi shit?
well, okay, Mechs is the PS3 games. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5 games in.
Okay.
But Space, technically 3.
Okay.
So can I just
And then it escalates from the third one every game after that until no, I'm not gonna. There's no spoilers in this, but it goes all the way up until in this one where you are. There is a mech in space in this one.
No, it's in the trailer.
It
looks like the fucking
quickly say something.
Yeah. Jahudi.
Beyond what you run into in 1, I did not know about the mechs. I definitely didn't know about space, so I fucking hate you.
Why?
Dude, it's in a trailer.
Him, not you, him.
Oh.
I'm watching trailers.
I'm so sorry.
No.
I'm not spoiling the story for you. I just said I saw cool mech shit and I
there's
want to
no
know when it
spoil-
happens. I didn't know if this game was like a mix of fantasy and sci-fi stuff, and like maybe like just we have this spaceport over here. You guys are living in this like peon town and doing farm shit, and then we got this whole other section of the planet that has like a better capabilities and stuff. I don't know how this game goes. I haven't played the first one. I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, you are you to say that there is a mix of sci-fi and fantasy and is not an incorrect statement.
Sure,
that
but
is
not for the
absolutely
first
what
one.
happens.
First one and second one, third one, and maybe fourth.
No, that one. So sci-fi and fantasy happens, like I said, probably. Well, yeah, that happens at the third one, and then it goes from there.
Right.
The sci-fi aspect to it is where some of that stuff will get in there. For second game is mostly fantasy and anime is really how
Sure.
that.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
There's some stuff there, but not too much. But yeah, from the third game on, and then the mechs show up in the PS3 stuff, and then I'm trying to think. What was? Never mind, because that actually will dance too close to a spoiler, so
Okay.
I don't want to. I don't want to say that part.
I was just
But
curious
but they
about cool sci-fi
escalate.
stuff.
Like there's always an escalation. There's like because this game is dealing with. You're in multiple different nations on this continent that are dealing with all of this overarching thing that's happening, right? And so like when one nation does like the mech stuff, right? Well, then like the other ones are like, well, that simply will not do. Like we also must do something and get a weapon of some crazy ass kind of shit like that. So then they get like there's just levels that happen. But yeah. Anyway, so I finished that. I really dig it, and I am interested to see how they land this with this final art. Like the way they've set this up is very, very interesting, and all of the people, like all the major players, are all like in a pretty precarious spot, basically. But everybody kind of knows what's happening, and the next games are basically going to be a countdown. Like a giant countdown clock that's happening that's like, someone's pointing to the sign in the stadium being like, hey, this is it. You know what it is? You remember it's not like this, so this isn't a spoiler, but it's like that level of impending doom is Preston, did you ever play through the Mass Effect games, or was it just me and Alex?
No, I played through.
You played through? Okay, so remember at the end of Mass Effect 1 when you get that message. Like you talk to
like the Reapers are coming?
the first Reaper, Sovereign, right?
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh, you are mistaken. Like this is happening. Like that kind of shit." And you're like, "Oh fuck!" And then you're like, for the next 2 games, it's just like that thing that's just getting closer and closer, right? That's more or less like that. They kind of do that level of impending doom of just like, all right, we're pressing this button, but this button means that this is happening, that kind of thing. So I don't know. It'll be very interesting to see how they land this and what they end up doing. But yeah, so far it's been very good.
Cool.
But that left me with some stuff, right? Because I was like, well, I don't know what I really want to do right now as far as my next game is considered because, Preston, to your point, at the end of the month, I'm getting Resident Evil 9. So, like,
You're gonna
what
play
do I
that
want to
with us
dip into?
watching. You're gonna stream it for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I'm like, what do I want to get into, right? Like, because there's just so much stuff Like, and so I was like, well, I was debating. I was like, I can start going through the Monster Hunter Stories games. Like, I want to, get through, because I played 2, but I've never played 1 because 1 was on the 3DS. And so I was like, I get through 1, like, get brushed up on that. But then I was like, but also Monster Hunter Stories 3 is it's like 300 years after the events of 2. So they are really making it so that you can just, like,
whichever one you want,
get in.
Pick
Like,
up
there's nothing, right? So I was like, all right, well, I don't know. I was like, I get this, since Resident Evil 9's out, and I was like, I've also been really wanting to get into Routine, which is this, like, 80s sort of sci-fi, like, horror game that came out that I really want to check out. I was like, maybe I do that. I was like, but then, obviously, with Mutagenics coming out, I was like, depending on how, like, addicting that loop gets, which those games usually get pretty in there, I'm like, I don't know, we'll see. I gotta look at how long it is to, like, how much time it'll take. Either way, so I was like, well, right now I'm just going to mess with some, like, fighting game stuff. So I was messing around, and so obviously Preston and I watched the Tekken World Tour that happened.
Very cool.
Yeah, we watched, I don't remember the player's name now, but he was playing King. But the last chance qualifier was, like,
it's great.
Honestly, in my opinion, the finals for the last chance qualifying year were more hype than the actual grand finals match of Tekken World Tour.
Oh, yeah.
Because the grand finals was for Tekken World Tour was a guy. In fairness, I don't want to take anything away from him. Lohai came back and like, just was in losers, and then got 2 perfects in a row. So he got his reset, and then 3-0'd the guy again and got that one. It was, like, bananas to watch. But the one with the King player at the last chance qualifier, like, Preston and I were messaging back and forth during it, but it was like, dude, that, like, every round was trading, and you're watching the King grab loops happen, and
he Rochambeaus to see if he can switch sides with them as far as, like, player 1, player 2 side. He switches, and then all of a sudden King is just wrecking after getting his shit pushed in. Like, okay, you just need that side, I guess. So, all right.
Yeah. And then I was watching the Frosty Fausting, so that one of the Capcom Pro Tour, but it's like, it's on that one, but it's just like a general, giant fighting game tournament that's up here in near Chicago, and which we should go to that one next year.
They have a couple of them throughout the year.
Yeah. But I was watching that one. I watched that one mostly. They were the Street Fighter replays that they were doing, because I was never up for when they were doing them. By the time they were doing them at weird times where most of the time during the day, the only things that I was catching was the 2XKO ones, like during their, like,
or Blaze Blue.
TNS was running it, like they were running the streams or whatever. So I kept seeing 2XKO, and I was like, God, I just don't care.
You gotta find their other streams. So I got a couple of them that I follow on.
Okay, I didn't know they had.
But that way they switch it, because, like, certain people will do the certain games as far as, like, because they're doing it at the same time for pools and stuff like that. So.
Got it. Okay, that's on me then. I should have looked into. I didn't know if they. You know what? I know that Evo does that, but I didn't know if TNS was doing that.
TNS doesn't have, like, TNS 1, TNS 2, but it's like, okay, this urban league over here and this other league over here, and it's just.
Got it.
Different ones,
okay.
So certain ones are streaming certain games.
Yeah. But then I was like, well, I don't know what I really like. I was just trying to decide, like, just messing with, like, I was watching all those, and I was like, well, I'll mess around with some stuff. Anyway, I don't know. I think Preston and I are the only ones that played this on here. I don't know that if Alex, if you have played this, we've never talked about it. I booted up the 360. And I was going through some of the old Xbox arcade games on there, and I started messing around with Trials HD. Do you remember that one, Preston?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. Man, that game is so good. I like all of the crazy ass fucking, like, physics based stuff in that. It was just so fun. I played through, like, I don't know. I probably did like 15 stages.
There's a
the other
new
day,
one
'cause-
that they've still pump out content for. It's not as much content as they
Is
used
it
to.
really?
Like, yeah, I hear Gerstmann talking about it all the time. He's like, yeah, they put a new content, so I jumped in it again. Yeah, there's a newer one out
Oh,
there.
damn.
A couple years ago, I think.
I should look at that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, stuff too.
But yeah, so I was messing around with that. I think I might. I don't know. I haven't decided yet what I'm gonna get into, but just been going through that stuff. So, I think. Oh, last thing I want to bring up with the Tekken World Tour, man, because I know Preston, I think you've had a chance to look it up now, but the rest in peace, not rest in peace. He's not dead, but he's he's leaving forever. He will not be in the public eye anymore. With but Harada, this was his last Tekken World Tour. And I don't know. I'm kind of interested. We'll see. I'm kind of interested with the stuff they announced for season 3 with Tekken.
Daddy got some more juice. Look out.
I know. But like them announcing all these crazy ass mechanic changes now, where they're like, we're
see
back
what they
to
do with it.
basics.
Yeah. I mean,
We're resetting ranked. Everything's going back to like, you know.
I always forget.
I don't know. I'm interested.
I always forget how crazy their characters are. Like, yes, there is a panda or a bear that's one of the characters, but then like they show like I saw a thumbnail for like the new DLC characters, and one was a strip of fucking kangaroo. I'm like, Jesus, I forget how wild.
Yeah, he's a boxing kangaroo, Roger. Yeah, I love Roger.
I
dude.
forget how wild they get with their characters. I love it. I love it so much. It's a great looking game. Like I keep on watching. I'm like, this is probably one of the. I mean, I love how Street Fighter looks, but as far as like fidelity, like beads of sweat.
There's no better
like,
looking fighting game than
so
Tekken.
fucking gorgeous. That game looks incredible.
I don't even play fighting games. You guys know me. I agree. I enjoy watching Tekken stuff.
See that lady come out with like the red streak in her hair and like the leggings and stuff like that. I'm like, damn, she's just walking on the stage. I'm like, damn, she looks good. Yeah. Jesus.
Alex is like, I immediately regret throwing in my support.
No, he isn't. He knows what I'm saying. Why do you think he's playing Wu Chang, Christian? I was looking up thumbnails for Wu Chang, and I'm like, this game's got some outfits. Damn.
I told Christian that we were playing. I thought you were. I mean, you might not have been. I was like, it was their gimmick is, hey, do you like Souls games? But what if your character had big boobs?
But what if boobs?
And the funny part of it, this is what we were talking about one day. I was in like the toxic swamp area, and the most resistant armor for the swamp is a bikini bottom.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Just bikini bottom. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense if you're walking through poison in a swamp, but okay, video game. Thanks, China, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know who to thank for this one. Thank you.
Oh goodness.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm interested. I want to see how that shakes out, because you know, like Tekken is never a game that I've ever gotten like serious about. But I have anytime I get to just hop in and mess with Tekken, or even story mode, but like I have always had an appreciation for Tekken as a franchise. It's awesome. So if I could see like these changes, like watching the community get excited about it again would be cool.
Yeah. I always see them. I just want to dive in. I just want to dive a little bit. All right.
Anyways, yeah, I'm excited about it. We'll see. I just, you know, Preston and I, in general, we just need to play with some more fighting games.
Yeah. I try to do
all of us have
fight
been
nights
fucking
and
busy,
Fridays,
but-
but like I'm too tired at the end of the week, and like we're all getting off, and Christian's doing something, or I'm doing something, or I don't want to do something. So it's.
I was gonna say, I know, but that, and the problem is with Friday, like it would be, I'm still down, but I know you got, with you working the next day, it always, I'm sure there's times where you're like, fuck this, I'm just gonna not do that.
I'm gonna go to bed at like 9, 10 o'clock. So Daddy's not.
I always enjoy watching you guys play fighting games and
fun.
just talking shit. So
Yeah, you do that, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
Whenever we play fighting games.
Doesn't matter if it's fighting games, though. It can be a pod racing game too, and someone come in talking shit.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who that is.
Okay. Sassafras. To be fair, Preston, I don't know that you would get as much shit talk if you weren't so sassy in your previous playthroughs of Star Wars games, because you brought the sass hot and heavy. So
I'm sure it's all my fault, Alex. You're right.
But Preston always is. If there's one thing Preston brings, it's sass. That's for sure.
I can also take it.
That being said, Alex, you could just not be a coward and get into fighting games with us.
Good.
There's nothing that stops you.
yeah.
One of these days.
Okay.
We'll find a game one of these days. He's like, I like that IP. I'll do it.
No, he won't. It'll never, because it'll always be like, I just don't like losing.
You don't have to lose if you're good.
Okay, Preston.
That's your week, Christian?
That is it. That's it.
So not a lot for me. I got a lot of stories I've been catching up on. As far as my animes. Still haven't even gotten back into shrinking.
I love that you call them your stories.
I know. I love that.
Just
My stories. I
cracks me
gotta go catch up on my stories. But yeah, all that's great. Still play a little bit more Ball Pit. Haven't got any of the new characters just yet, so looking for those blueprints. And then I did play...
How have you not gotten the new characters yet?
You have to find the blueprints just like you would with the other characters. So like you have to go through and you have to like get the drops for them, essentially.
Right, but I thought... Didn't you get everything unlocked the last time that you played?
I did. So I've recently unlocked one building that gives me the endless mode, but I haven't unlocked the characters yet.
But shouldn't that be the only blueprints that are left?
Yes, but you don't automatically get blueprints when you win. There are drops that happen as you go through.
I thought like if there was... I always thought if there was blueprints to be had, they will drop when you get a boss down.
No, not automatic. I've gotten 2 or 3 bosses through so far. I haven't played a lot, but I'm sure the drops are there. I just haven't got good rolls on them yet.
Interesting. Okay.
I have not played a lot of it. It's just a little bit of it. And then, yeah, played a good chunk of Episode 1 Racer. We finished off the tour of Nintendo 64's Episode 1 Racer. I did not beat that game. I have finished the tracks. I did not get good placements in those. But I do feel vindicated because Preston was doing some research. I'm like, okay, I want to see some speed runs. You know, I want to see like if someone's got like some beginners to expert guide on speed running and like just kind of see what they do as far as how they're driving. And I was watching this one speed run, and there is one section that has it's a 2 that you go like 0G. There's asteroids in there. You got to kind of dodge out of the way. And he even mentioned the one I hit, which if you hit it, it respawns you inside another asteroid, and you will just be stuck there. Now, it could soft lock you. Apparently, if you alt-tab out of it and alt-tab back in, it will kick you out of there because it moves you like 2 frames or whatever. So there's a way to get out of it, but I got stuck in there. I'm like, oh, so they know about this bug too. So
it's an emulation issue, though.
No, that is straight in the game. I'm not emulating this. Like I did that on the 64, and it does it on new games because there's
how
like
are you going to alt-tab out of it then?
Well, I can't alt-tab out of it. Like maybe be able to like home screen it and go back. But like if you play a PC version of the game, which is out there, then yes, you can alt-tab out of it to move yourself a frame or two. So I did that. That one.
But for the 64, your only option would be just press the reset button on the console.
I mean, you're just resetting the game at that point. Yeah, you might as well just hit restart race too at that point. But yes, it's I got some vindication for that. I got more vindication for that one track that was just destroying me. The one that's like in like this like swampy area, has like big S turns in it, and they're like, this is the hardest track in the game. This track will kill you, and you need to know how to do this like properly, otherwise you will just get smoked. So it's like you actually have to hit break. The one time in this game that you need to hit break, he's like, isn't this the game? And it's in this track right here. This is the time that you need to hit break. It's like, this is the only time you need to hit break in this entire game, but you need to do it here.
So it's not really vindication per se, because it's not like it's broken or anything. It's more of just like
vindication that was hard.
You gotta play the game the way they want you to play the game.
It's such a long way for Alex to be like, sounds like a skill issue, bro.
It's not a skill issue. I have beaten it. I just didn't want to sit there and beat it over and over and over and over again.
You finished it.
Yeah.
You finished it.
Well, I mean, I beat it 20 years ago.
Oh, okay.
There is a first place medal right there.
There's no way to know.
There's no way to know. It's my cart that has my initials on it that has the flag that says first place on that fucking track.
But when you did it this most recently, it was like 7th place.
Yeah. I was not doing as well as I did 20 years ago. You are correct.
There was a part in the stream, it was so funny to me, because you were just like, well, I'm just not going to sit here and just play these over and over to get better. And I'm just like, I think that's
he chirps in,
game.
That's how you play it. I'm like, yes, I know. But this is not what we're doing on the stream today. I'm going to show off and showcase these tracks now. I will not be trying to beat it. I will try to beat it on the PS4, PS5 version because it has great frame rates. I can see a lot better because not everything's fuzzy. It has better draw distance. Like, I'm excited to get to that on this new version, which we are also playing. So
My favorite one was when I almost got banned by Preston.
yes, because Christian was counting the times I hit walls, so that was nice. But yes, with being able to play with
You're like, I don't know how much of it is. Christian's like 17, 18.
yeah, I'm like, I will ban you. Like, I will just put you in timeout. Like, if I have to, I will do it. I'm not afraid to. But no. So we did start up the PS4 release of that because that is on the stores. If you have a modern day console, it's there somewhere. The PC version plays fine on Steam Deck. If you don't care about the cutscenes, you can play the PC version just fine on your Steam through Steam. But if you want to play it on console, it's there on Xbox, Switch, and PlayStation. It was ported over by Aspire, so it runs really well. It plays really well. I was very much enjoying that first tournament I went through, which of course is the easy one. But yeah, this coming week will be, and you can look out for the VOD on Wednesday. We will be playing through the second half of that to be able to get through it. I'm just curious to see how I do because I found a lot of things. So I didn't know that what the pit droids and all the parts do because you can buy parts and stuff. And I noticed when I went to like choose your upgrades, like it shows like little bars on the next side of them. So the more you hit walls and die due to crashing will degrade your parts after the race. Now, if you do it a lot, you can hit restart race and just like it won't degrade your parts. But like if you finish a race, it will count like how much damage you got essentially that race and will degrade into the new parts you've been buying. So that was keeping me back. I'm making excuses right now, but this is actually how the game plays. So you can buy the pit droids, and the pit droids will repair one part that you've purchased after each race that you complete that you haven't beaten already. So when you beat all the tournaments and all the races within one profile, all the degradation is locked where it's at. You cannot, you can buy new parts if you want to, but you're not going to get any more money. Or I guess you can get more money. But like degradation just doesn't happen anymore because you're not completing those new tracks. So it's not degrading your parts anymore. So what we'll be doing now is I will be buying all 4 pit droids or 3 pit droids, whatever it is, immediately. We're saving up money until we start needing some upgrades. And then we'll buy some good junkyard parts. And what we just need to do is focus on 3 to 4 certain stats that I want to max out. Now, I definitely want to get turning, definitely want to get top speed. Acceleration will help too. But traction is a big one. So I told Christian about this earlier, but when I was watching that, they kind of went into the in-depth version of why the speedrunners choose different frames per second for different speed runs. And that is because based on the frame rate that you have or you give it, also denotes and changes the traction of the game. The physics in this game were actually made by a physicist. And I'm assuming that because this game was being made before there was even an announcement of a new Star Wars movie, that the people making this game probably didn't realize it was going to be floating cars. So everything is kind of based on the frame rate, and then once the frame rate changes, it may give you more or less traction depending on how you move the frame rate. So now we got a locked 60 frames a second on the PS4 or PS5 version, whatever you want to call it. And we'll be focusing on the traction and turning and top speed. I'll kind of go with that, and I'm just kind of curious to see how we all do with it. And now I will, with this next turn, I will be spending more time on those tracks because I do feel like I want to get those first places in there and kind of get that going through. Obviously, there's a limit that Preston can handle. We've all seen that in Super Empire Strikes Back. But I will be giving it more time to go through. Now that I know a little bit more, and I might have to, just play a little bit differently. Play the game like Alex said. Play the game the way they wanted me to play it, which is to get pit droids.
So do you think you got one? Like you can do one more stream with it then? Or
oh yeah. We finished tournament 1. We got 2 tournaments and like the 4 invitationals. I'm assuming we're going to be able to fly through that next tournament, and then the third tournament is the hard one, and that's the one we'll probably spend more time on. So I'll just crank out the second one, and then the third one we'll spend some extra time on until Preston is tired of spending time on it, and then we'll continue on.
Having a physicist come in and like building a traction system on a game where your racer floats above the ground is pretty wild.
It is insane because there's so many crazy things that you can do. Like obviously the frame rate you can change, but also so tilting gives your vehicle a smaller hitbox, but also depending on your tilt, like if you tilt up an incline, you'll reduce your max speed. But if you're tilting down an incline, that'll increase your max speed. So when you start off, you're accelerating, you get to a certain point, and you're slowly building up on your max possible base speed. Now, if you hit a wall, if you brake, if you go on those off-road sections that take down your traction, that max speed will drop back down to the base max speed until you build it back up. So there's all these tricks to keep your max speed going. There's like fuel usage on your burns and your cooldowns. Like there's so much that goes into it when it comes to speedrunning. It was crazy. I loved watching all that. So very excited to get it back into it with the new knowledge that I have from the pros. And we'll see how we do this week. So I'm very excited to get into it. But yeah, other than that,
Nice.
I haven't played a damn thing.
All right. Well, those are our weeks. Don't forget to check in with us later this week as we're going to do part 2 of BioShock. And then we're looking forward to finishing it up. After that, we're just going to go all the way through.
Yeah.
And check in with Preston for his Star Wars Speed Racer. Sundays this week. But yeah, check in with us, everybody. Thank you for hanging out, as always. Of course, if you want to leave a comment, let us know how things are going on your end. You have the comments. We will read them here on the show. So thank you, everybody. With that, Preston, you know what to do.
Hit it! Thank you for listening to another episode of The Testing Room. To catch up on past episodes or to check out the newest ones when they drop, follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcast. If watching is more your thing, check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/@thetestingroom, or watch us live on twitch.tv/testingroomlive. To leave comments or ask questions, you can follow us on Instagram @testingroompod, leave a comment on YouTube, or send them in to testingroompod@gmail.com. See you next time.